Good evening once again. Welcome to Ashford Gali Live right here on Bridge Radio, Bridge TV Africa. We're coming your way from Monrovia, Liberia. This is the co-host of the program, Volcano Shelton, here with you this evening. It's good to be back here with you. The time we changed from 8 p.m. Eastern Time in the U.S., which is, of course, used to be 1 a.m. in the GMT zone, particularly Liberia. And since the time kind of changed now, we have 4 hours between. So we have what you call 10 p.m. here in Liberia and 6 p.m. in the US. We're going to carry on this change in our transmission for a little bit because of the fact that we're broadcasting from Liberia. So sooner or later we will go back to our regular slot, but in the meantime we want to do this. We sought approval from the management of British Radio, and they thought it necessary for us to come on at 6 p.m. Uh, U.S. time and 10 p.m. Liberian time. That way we'll have the opportunity to have more guests here while we're out here in West Africa. Wherever you are, we want to welcome all of you wonderful people this evening to the show. We have a very good show for you. Again, as you can see, the backdrop here is the Ashford Garden Live. So our studio banner now will be what you see there, and Ashford will be coming soon. People keep asking about Ashford. Listen, I'm not going to tell you anything again. Just keep paying attention. Ashford will be back. He's doing some great things behind the scene, and he's going to be coming. So let us not panic. You're in good hands. Just hang in there. Let's do this stuff together because definitely my boy is coming back. In the meantime, I want to welcome Nino, Namento Nino Brown, Namiento, Mimi Simoke, and Michael TK, Victor Logan, and James NK Collette. Listen, share the video, share the link. We're on Facebook and YouTube. Share wherever you are. We want a lot of folks come on tonight. We're looking at Liberia. The bads outweigh the good. The bads in Liberia outweigh the good. And I'm telling you, this is serious stuff. Been around the city, the capital, Montserrat, and we found a lot of things, that honestly, we didn't think that will continue to trend in Liberia. We thought that since the Civil War, a lot of things would have changed, but apparently the country continued to regress as we see these things, and no one seems to care, no one bothering, and this is becoming, the everyday norm. And we thought that we need to discuss some of these things because it is important for us to throw light on these things. As we said, British Radio Africa, British TV Africa, we're here to enlighten our people on the ills in society, whether it is perpetrated by, politicians, lawmakers, whoever we find, those folks. We just want to make sure that we are engaging, uh, our citizenry, the things that they need to know, especially when it comes to uh, improving our society. So again, we want to welcome all of you folks. I am expecting Moses D. Sandy to be in studio with me tonight as we look at some of the things that we'll be talking about. We have two areas we're going to talk about, and we're running these series. The last few nights we talked about the Pem Boys and the continued growth in the numbers across the country, but here in Monrovia and its environs, it is unbearable. Pimping boys everywhere. They come like bumblebees. If you're driving in the traffic, you got to be paying attention for them. Pedestrians and cars and old trucks. Traffic is just unbearable. And these guys help to create the traffic. We know that one of the positives of the pimping boys is that they help get, folks to point A and B as fast as possible, but they're not doing it systematically. They're not doing it with cautions. They're just, plying and running through cars and doing all kinds of stuff. But not only that, some of them are pickpocketers. They jack your bags, they jack your phones, and they continue flying on with their bikes. So a lot of stuff going on here with the pimping boys. But overall, as we said, that they're not having no license plate. They're not doing anything. We don't know what the government is doing to make sure that this stuff is more, uniformed. And so that's one of the bads we were talking about the other night. And then we came back and talked about uh, the erection of entertainment centers from all over. Every corner you turn, there's an entertainment center everywhere, all between, homes, in the alleys, in communities. There are boom boxes and loud music played all uh, Sunday to Sunday, Monday to Saturday, whatever you want to call it. And it's just, everything in Liberia seems to be on autopilot. No one cares. The country running itself. You go to the intersection, the police guy in the pocket, he's sitting down, catching, a nap or something, and the traffic is jammed. No one And so I believe we're back on. People say LEC again. Thomas Awaji, man, listen, this is what we're going through. The people say the game was electricity, but again, the same old, same old. But if you guys are picking up signal, please give me a yes. I want someone to tell me yes quickly. Um, is there anyone picking up signal from my end? That would be. Can someone give me a yes if we're back on the air live? Can someone give me a yes? Thomas Awaji, Jack Merch. If you guys are there, can someone give me a yes? Because the broadcast seems to be live, but apparently you guys are there, but no one is trying to give me signal. Okay, thank you, Nabai. Thank you, Nabai Masakwe. Thank you, Cole, Gloria Volker Molba, Schmidt Dawiye, Reta Carter, Jala, welcome. John Wade, thank you. It's good to be back. Ashford Garden live right here on Bridge Radio, Bridge TV Africa, Volcano Shelton with you this evening. And we're in LIB, as we said. So if the country is running itself, LEC seems to be running herself too. She can just go off anytime she wants to. So, but it's good to be back and live with you guys. So, Derek Kamor, welcome. Jack Marsh, Ability. All of you, share the video, share the link. We want a lot of people on tonight. Again, one of the things I was talking about had to do with the erection of so many of these quick small businesses, entertainment centers. They're selling alcohol and stuff. So we cover that on Friday. Today is Monday, and we, as I said, sporting our new background, the Asphalt God Live background, something we're going to be using here for, as we go on. Abu Babeto Fofana, welcome to the show. La Victor Sharif, Emmanuel Jackson, welcome, 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 all you wonderful people. So again, as I said, I quickly want to go over to Top FM in Zwedru Grand Jita County to say thank you to you, guys out there in Eastern Liberia for carrying our broadcast. Joy FM, Live FM, we say thank you so much for the job well done. Partnershiping with BRA and BRTV. We want to say thank you to all of you. If you're celebrating your birthday today, we say welcome to the show. Happy birthday to you. Or if it's an anniversary, it could be wedding, whatever the occasion is, we want to say welcome, and we want to thank all of you, our viewers and listeners from all over the world, wherever you're watching tonight from or listening. We say welcome, welcome, all you folks in the U.S. But quickly, the topic here tonight, again, as I said, we're running a series here at BRA and BTV Africa. We're running a series here on the bad. Okay, the bads outweigh the good. The bads outweigh the good. So we talked about the pimping boys. We talked about the erection of, drinking spots around Monrovia and its environs, and in fact, the entire country. Tonight, the topic is makeshift garages all over the place. Makeshift garages all over the place. And also infusing this part of the discussion is people in your little neighborhood, they're dumping the dirt on other people's property. You buy your land, they turn your land into a dump site. The whole neighborhood of people who some of them can't even afford, to do anything. They uh, kind of just go ahead and then turn your little land into the dump site. Even if you put your foundation down, they don't care. They will make the dirt. They will bring all the plastic bag of poo-poo, old gallon chairs, all those things, and they will throw it on your land. When you come now to start your foundation or to erect your walls, you have to deal with all of the issues. And so it's saddening that people would do this, and they say their neighbors can't believe how they're going to do something like this to the people they say they're going to be living with. And this is all over the place. Everywhere you turn, there is a dump site, and they don't care. Nobody cares. They don't even give a crap. And when you come now to do your work, you got to bring people to clean all that dirt. So if some of you are experiencing this tonight, we want you to weigh in. We want you to call us. I was expecting Moses to come in. I'm not sure if you're going to make it in tonight. Um, but I would like to open the lines immediately so that we can begin to discuss this. So the makeshift garages all around the city, all around. And I don't have to tell you who like old cars business. Some of you know who like the old cars business. They ship all the old rotten school buses from the US. They don't have parts for them. They just pack them, the old BB truck. Some of the cars, they got no parts. Instead of scrapping them, it's just unfortunate. So let me just go to the line quickly. Moses is trying to reach me. But uh Moses, I cannot link you through this way. You got to You're not.
It's the same link that you sent me. I just click on that.
Yeah, but my man,
I can go out and come back.
I
You
think
want
you.
me to go out and come back, right?
Okay, somebody say the Doodleball man, the community streets are congested and the old cars along the Somada Drive. Again, man, I hope that this doesn't happen again. I'm back live. I believe I'm live. I'm not sure here, but yes, okay, I can see it. I'm live. I will hope that this is the last one because we can't have this continuing. So as I was saying, uh, when you come to think about it, these folks, they just get all these old cars and just land it on the side of the road. They make these quick garages. By the time you look, you got 25 to 50 cars. Are you guys, can you guys please confirm this time around if we're live? Just one person, just say yes, please. But I'll continue to talk. So, and when they put these cars out here, they don't have the parts. They don't want to scrap the cars. Instead of when they open the garages and say, listen, if your car is here and you don't, thank you, Jack Mush. Thank you very much. Thank you for confirming. And if they say that, listen, your car can only be here for a month. If we can have you come in to, what you call it, bring the parts so we can fix your car, we'll scrap it. They wouldn't do it. So they were just part of these cars. Sometimes the garages can no longer hold the old cars, and they're all across the Somalia Drive. If you drive along the Somalia Drive, you come in the Sincor area, Congo Town, Painesville, Dupo Road. Now they're going on the Robertsfield Highway, that beautiful highway that's supposed to be, you know, the gateway to Monrovia. If you now see Robertsfield Highway, you'll be surprised. The Marshall Junction is the new, I don't know what other intersection I would call it, but it is the new crazy place. Everybody, it's all stacked. So you have what you call, when Ellen did that road and the design that they made coming from the Robertsfield Way to go into Marshall, or coming from Monrovia side to go into Boys Town, uh, that whole area was left as a beautified area so that people can see, like, how you look at TV Annex around where all of the people who get married around here in Congo Town go to take pictures. That was the same kind of idea. Today, that whole place is a market ground. Market ground. They leave the place where they gave them to build market, and they don't want to do it. They come all the way on the road. And so that whole beautified place is stacked with makeshift structures, kobo shops, all along that place. And then they got the market there. And so they make the dye, they throw the dye all over the place. From that whole Marshall Road, now that beautiful Marshall Road is now becoming a zinc shack, all kinds of stuff. The other thing they do is that they'll take they call that, yeah, plank fuel. Thank you. The plank fuel on that road and that is incalculable. But the other thing they would do, they would take they would just build and attach it to somebody's fence, because the person's fence is near the road and they want to do business. They'll just come and just build, attach it to your fence, and make your property ugly. And they're living inside there. But the funny thing is that they don't even have bathrooms. So when they put it in a plastic bag, then they look for somewhere to throw it on somebody's property. This is what happening in this country, my people. This is what happening. So who cares? How could we have gotten to this point? How could Liberia have gotten to this point? You got almost 3 million people right here in this little Monserrate County. I would say almost 3 million people. So where all that people and that day will go when we don't even have a good system? You have city council governments, you have Monrovia City Corporation, you have Painesville City Corporation, Congo Town, Johnsonville, what they call Gardnersville, Diggsville, all these places. They say they have city government. They have inspectors who should be going in the community, to check on these things. The garbage is killing the people. Killing the people. Today I had a first-hand experience doing a project right in the neighborhood. They take all the poo-poo bags. I mean, as you throw the decor, so poo-poo coming out of the plastic bag. What type of country is this? What type of country is this, my people? How can we do this to ourselves? How can we? And we say we got all these people there, and they say they got government, they running government, but we can't see what the government is doing. They say the government, they're just passing around here, say they're working, but the place so dirty, the place so congested. Everything is bad. Everything. So the bad's really all weighing the good in Liberia. The bad's all weighing the good in this country. And it's a sad, sad thing. We can't continue to run this country like this. Like nobody cares. It doesn't bother nobody. Just tonight to come to this broadcast, if you see the traffic, it is so unbearable. The traffic is so unbearable. The traffic is so unbearable. All over the place. There's a saying say we can't G no haul. Everywhere is congested. I mean, the human being they're just all over the place. You're trying to do something, somebody cut you off. And when you're trying to tell them, they cuss you. They got more rude people in this country than decent people. I'm telling you the truth. More rude people in Liberia than decent people. Extremely rude. Children. Some of the things that they'll say. Children. I'm telling you. Needless to say, the adults. Because the adults are the ones who are not setting the example. They're the ones who are not setting the example. And it's that bad. It is extremely that bad. So how are we going to fix this country? How? I'm asking some of you here tonight. Weigh in, please. You guys got to weigh in. How are we going to fix this country? Because there's still few good people in this country. Of course, just like the bad things, outweigh the good things, that's how much you have so many bad people in this country. So many bad people. In the millions. So many bad people. They got no regards, no respect, no decency. You can't tell them nothing. Nothing you can tell them. Then they got something to say. Nothing. So really, how do we fix this? So you got all these makeshift garages all over the city. They bring in all these old cars that they can't fix. They ain't got no parts for. Some of these cars, when they put them on the road, they're a major road hazard. They're prone to accidents. Some of the people driving like they're driving a wagon. Some of the cars like they ain't got no engine. They drive slower than a funeral hearse going to the cemetery. And so as a result, the traffic is held up by one old car. Don't have no lights, no headlight, no tail light, no license plate. And the police are standing around just looking at this stuff. Like nobody cares. Nobody gave a crap. The country is running itself. Because this is not about George Weah right now. This is about the people who's supposed to be, uh, uh, what you call it, security wise. You say police, you say this, you say that, who are in authority to make sure that the country is doing well. Because let's also talk now. Weah can leave from Jamaica Resort, or Weah can leave from the foreign ministry that he runs his office from, or his rehab rural residence, to come stand to ERW Junction to direct traffic. Weah can leave from his presidency to come down to SKD Boulevard to direct traffic. President Weah can do it all. That's why he got people there who are supposed to be responsible. But if those people, only there because they want to be, in government and hold position and get paid for free, then of course this is what's going to happen. This is what's going to happen. Now, yes, I know that President Weah is the leader of the country. He should be aware of most of these things, and this should be on his morning agenda. When he wakes up and comes to work, he should be able to sit with his lieutenants, his cabinet, and say, "Listen, guys, these are the things that I'm hearing. I'm hearing from British Radio Africa. I'm hearing from other media platforms. Why? It is true that I can't be everywhere at the same time because I'm not omnipresent. But we got to talk. We got to talk. We got to talk. So why is this city so filthy? Why is this city so congested? Why all this traffic? Why there's no control? Why all these makeshift garages? Why do we just have everywhere entertainment center? Come on now, the pimping boys are overrunning the traffic. We need to slow these people down. We need to put a little slow down. We don't have traffic lights. No working traffic lights. Bad cars on the road. No tail light, no headlight. Some of them don't have license plate. So when these people hit you, now, God forbid you're a pedestrian, this person hits you. What happens to you? That car can go with no one, knowing, because there's no identity. Needless to say, the pimping man. So we're going to open the lines tonight. The number to call is 404-272-2808, and that is by WhatsApp. Please call by WhatsApp, 404-272-2808 by WhatsApp. Can you write that down? 404-272-2808. Call by WhatsApp. Then the other number to call if you are in Liberia is 0778 170 905. 0778 170 905. If you just joining us, we say welcome to the Ashford Gali Live. I don't know what's going on with my man Moses. We're trying to get him in studios. I'm gonna give it one more shot here and see if it's gonna work. Hopefully, he picks up the signal again to come in. So Moses, if you're listening, I sent you the stuff. Go back in and see if you can come in studio. If you're listening. All right. So Smith Dewey said, no justice system in Liberia, my brother. The president knows fully well his police director is not doing anything about crimes. All those violations are serious crimes the government can generate money from, putting people in check. And you're right. And that was some of the things we talked about. If you got more than 1 million pimping boys flying all over Monrovia with no proper identity, no license plate, they're not paying anything to government. Nothing. I would doubt it. But who knows if some of the government officials are not the one who running transportation business through the pimping people too. And so they found it pleasurable. You can have 30 motorboys on the road, right? If you're a government official. And those kids are bringing in $1,000 probably a day. Do the math. You're getting 30 grand a day. You do the conversion, that's about 150, 100 60, 70 US dollars. If you do that about 30 times a month, you're sitting pretty. But all that money going in your pocket. It's not going to government. So yes, you're right, Smith. There's a lot that the government is missing out on. Like these makeshift garages, are they paying taxes? Doubt it. A man just come and put one car here before you look, he got 50 cars there. Other than, oh, who did the knocking iron? Then they say the mechanic. The car and the fixing, the car can't even go in gear. They say the mechanic. They just take, listen, the thing is serious, man. It's absolutely serious. So again, calling the number is 404-272-2808 by WhatsApp. And locally, I want you guys in Liberia to call 0778-170-905. Now, Moses is in studios from what I'm saying. So let me bring him in because, man, listen, it was tough getting. You got to bring your camera towards you a little bit so you can come from underwater. You look like you're underwater. All right. I think you've been following the discussion. I'm not going to introduce you. So
yeah, no.
We're talking about the makeshift garages all over the city,
yeah,
all over the town, all over the communities.
Mhm.
And we're also talking about the people who are dumping dirt on people's properties. You know, the neighbor who just come to see a little vacant land and are where they take all the dirt. And even if you put your foundation down, they're going to backfill your foundation with you with soso poo. So before you come in, let me just take this caller quick. Calling
Sure.
from 3389. Caller from a 3389.
Yes, Volcano Shelton. This is Emmanuel Boston again.
Yeah, Moses, can you hear Emmanuel?
Mhm.
Is it clear? Is it clear on your end?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead, Emmanuel. Coming.
Yeah, because of the time lapse, I will just go quickly at it. I think to build institutions, especially for the garbage removal and also the informal sector, because those quick fixes, garages being built, are part of the informal sector of the economy. We have to invest money in those programs. But the problem is, even if we invest the money, the people who are responsible to see the funds being spent, to hire people to do the job, they always take the money and put it in the account. And so we till we can get to the point that to build those institutions, we have to be transparent and we have to be on the system. We're not going to get anywhere. This is where the problem is. It's the stealing of the funds. The US, the EU, all these organizations have given money to Liberia to do these things. But each time it goes into the country, the people divert it for their personal use. This is why making these so difficult to overtake.
So then, Emmanuel, so wouldn't the donor or those folks who are giving the money want some form of accountability?
Yeah. No, as you know, the government was criticized or were brought to book of taking donor funds, and I don't know if they repatriate those funds but on a larger scale, the government is responsible because they are running the government. They have to implement the rule of law, and especially for the garbage cleaning up. Those young people that goes into the garbage to be there every day, they could hire those people. But the problem is the commitment to pay the people on time and do that job and build institution into it by creating a little stipend, a pension plan for them, and see a year to as it grows, people can get retirement from those kind of programs. We have not done those kind of things yet. And that's why making it so difficult. When you hire people, look at the beach workers that they hire. They went on strike because they weren't paid for months. You can't do things like that. You have to make the commitment and stick to it. If there are 2 years commitment to hire the people, pay them on time. Let them grow in the system. This is how you build institution in government. Also,
Okay. All right. Emmanuel, I know you kind of going in and out, but thank you so much for your contribution,
Yeah.
Moses. So
Yeah.
this is where we are.
Yeah. The situation we're discussing tonight is a very important matter. In 1975, research shows that the Monrovia City Council put in place city ordinances with particular focus on improving sanitation collection in the city of Monrovia.
Could you just project a little? Could you just project a little? Cause
Okay.
um
Do you
yeah,
get me? Do you get me?
yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, I said the city of Monrovia has city ordinances established since 1975, and the city ordinances clearly speak to the issues that the Monrovia City Corporation will really, focus on: sanitation collection, public health, the overflowing of
Hmm.
trash in the city of Monrovia. In
Yeah.
2009, when Mary Bro formally took over the city of Monrovia as acting city mayor, she also put in place city ordinance. In fact, she revised city ordinance number one.
Hmm.
And the city ordinance, is at the time sought to ensure that the city of Monrovia was clean at all time. That's how come Maryborough became very powerful in the city of Monrovia. She worked very hard in giving Monrovia a facelift. Before she ascended to the mayorship of the city in 2008, there was a declaration that made the first Saturday of every month, and they called it the Monrovia City Cleanup Day on the first Saturday of every
Yeah.
month. I don't know whether the city government is currently executing that, but the first Saturday of every month supposed to be what they call Monrovia City Cleanup Day. And that is intended to ensure that the MCC with its workforce will be out there, residents of the city will be out there giving the city a facelift. All of these actions are meant to ensure that Monrovia remain a clean city. Because there's a relationship between health and sanitation.
Hmm.
From what I'm hearing from
Absolutely.
you, you have feces all over the place. People are selling and throwing trash all over the place like no one is in control of the city. It makes me to wonder as to whether all of the laws that we have on the book are the laws of Liberia being enforced for Canada. What is the MCC doing? You are in Monrovia since you've been there. Uh, what has the MCC really put in place, or what is the MCC doing that you have seen since your arrival in the country?
So good question. In fact, I was talking to a student from the UMU, United Methodist University.
Mm-hmm.
What they're doing, in fact, they were on radio today that they are launching what they consider a cleanup campaign for the next few days, with the
Mm-hmm.
hope that President Weah can help foot their graduation cost. So they want to take that initiative. Since Mr. Weah is giving free education, he paying for YC fees. So now schools are trying to hopefully get some extra help from him. So that's an initiative to say for we are, uh, you know, commitment of keeping the city clean or so. So these students going to go from, I believe they said Broad Street to Second Street in Syncor
Mm-hmm.
would be the place where they will stop. But they're going to do this as a show of their gratitude to the president, and also with hope that he can come in to help pay the graduation fees, because some of the graduation fees are in the tune of $450 per person to
Okay.
graduate, and a lot of people can't afford it. And so that's one of the ways. So that's one of the initiatives I've seen. But I'll be honest with you,
Mm-hmm.
this is no joke. The darts are everywhere. I mean, if you go in the Painesville area that once was a residential area, Painesville is it's a filthy place now. You know, it's a filthy place. Red light is. I don't know how the people sell at the red light. I don't know how to do that. You know, so again, all along the road. And as I said, the more people continue to put makeshift shelters down with no formal, uh, you know, uh,
Yeah.
structure in place, no bathroom, no receptor for the diet. They don't have a plan. They just look for anyone's vacant property and throw it there, and that's what they do. And Moses, between me and you, this is sad. It's sad.
I know.
There's no more neighborhood. There's no more my neighbor property. They don't care. And many of these people, I don't know where they're from. I honestly don't know where they come from because they couldn't be residents in Monrovia and its environs in the normal days of Liberia. So I really don't know where they come from.
Yeah.
They're not used to civilization because when you do stuff like this, you put poop in a bag and tie it up and throw it on the next man property, and then you build a complete dump pile. You can't be a civilized to do that. You can't be.
Yes. Volcano. There. Are you hearing me?
I can hear you.
Okay. So, what I was saying here to you is that cleaning the city of Monrovia cannot be done on an ad hoc basis. Oh well, you get a group of students getting together to say, oh well, we're gonna take this project to give the city a facelift. This has to be sustained. It has to be a sustained process. There got to be a budgetary allocation for the city. I don't know how much was allocated in the 2020, 2021, 2022, I mean 2020, 2021 budget for the city of Monrovia. I do not know. But from what I'm hearing from you, for a group of students to get together, say, oh well, in order for the president to help us, we are going to undertake this project. I think even though it's laudable that people want to do something to benefit at the end of the day, but if the city government is underfunded, then government has to make sure that the city gets what it needs.
But Moses, how much can they do? How much dike do you think a few students, or let's just say 500 students?
I mean,
It's
nothing
like
against
any cleanup campaign day. They have a broom, they have a wee bar, and they're just going around, and they're not going all in the community.
yeah.
They may just be right in the major streets, picking up piles of dikes that people put there, pedestrians walking, passerbys. That's all they're gonna do. And will they be able to comb the whole of Monrovia? No, this is coming from Broad Street on the Tottenham Boulevard, from Broad Street right here to Second Street in Cinco, where they're talking about. So how much dike can you you gather, in that series when you're talking about dump
You can't.
piles that require you live in the states, you know what it means for the
Yeah,
dump
but
the garbage truck to come around in the community and drive through the alley to pick up dye. You know how much that
I know
is.
it's very
Needless to
costly.
say, they don't
It's,
they don't even have these kinds of equipment here. They
yeah,
don't have them.
that's what I was saying. It's not something that a group of students will get together, or a group of individuals get together and say, oh well, we'll give you Monrovia a facelift today. So the city council, in collaboration with the mayor, they really need to get back to the drawing table and figure out what need to be done because of kind of the city government needs vehicles. The city government needs equipment that will keep the city clean. So if they even going to charge little fees, because like you and I here, we know in the state of Delaware where I live, on a monthly basis, I mean on a quarterly basis, I pay approximately $140 for garbage collection. That's what I pay. I'm sure there are other in other cities. It may be much higher or lower. I don't know, but I do know that we pay for these services. The city government can initiate similar thing in Monrovia. You got a lot of businesses over there. You have the marketing association that collects thousands of dollars from its members. These people need to pay for our garbage collection. And maybe I may be speaking off tangent, I don't know what the arrangement is, but if the Monrovia City Corporation is struggling to maintain the city of Monrovia, then it has to look out to all of the, available uh, um, avenues, tap into all avenues to make sure that, it can be able to undertake this project because it's costly. It's very costly maintaining a city. See? So they have to generate income.
Yeah, so it's just not the Morovia City Corporation. I talked about the different corporations, city corporations around the country.
Mhm.
Well, somebody's thinking here that because I said that we don't know where these folks come from, it
Mm.
doesn't mean it's a divisive statement because what we're asking here is that it's confusing that people would do what they do. Good civilized people, good, well-meaning people will not build a makeshift shelter and not put the hygiene facilities in there, a bathroom or a toilet or something. Instead, they will go and use plastic bag and throw it in the very community that they live in and call it and say they're neighbors. You can't do that. So this is not about divisiveness. This is just about asking where would these people come from? Who are these kinds of people that would do stuff like this?
Mhm.
And remember, Liberia is not just only Liberians. We a mixture of all people from all walks of life, people from the sub region, people and people live differently. So, but we are talking about why would they do these kinds of things? So that's where we're coming from. So Moses, yes. So the cleaning up we're talking about here must be done on a large scale. Now
On
I
a
know of
larger
people
scale, yeah, that's
who
what.
are living, yeah,
Mhm.
I
No.
I know of people who are living in the little communities, and what they do is they got these guys who work.
Mhm.
This is their livelihood. So folks will take the rice bag, big rice bag, and put
Mhm.
aside the house, and they'll put a date there. And by the week, a man will come and take that date. They pay that guy maybe $300-400, which is about 2-3 US dollars
Mhm.
for the week, and he
Mhm.
takes that date and he takes it to wherever he takes it.
To
Now, is he
dispose
taking
of
it
it.
to a landfill? Is he
Mhm.
taking it to somewhere that is designated by the Corporation of Monrovia or the Corporation of Painesville to throw the dike? Then he will do that. But that's his livelihood. And he's not just one person, there's a lot of them. But people don't even want to pay that money. They don't want to. So they
So
keep that dike at night and then they
mhm.
throw it to the next man property.
No, that's sad. And this is where the city government really has to come in enforcing the ordinances. If they're going to privatize garbage collection in Monrovia, let them do it through a legal means. Deal with legitimate companies. Deal with institutions that are verifiable. If Mr. Shelton is running a trash collection company, let him be registered, and so that if he doesn't deliver, then his clients will know, oh well, there is a legitimate business and they can seek the appropriate legal redress. It's not bad to help other Liberians, but if they can just improve on what is currently going, and those who sign contract for trash collection, you and I will know here. If I don't pay for trash on a quarterly basis, when that time comes, I'm gonna get charged what late fees. They will charge me late fees, and if I also don't, when the truck shows up in my neighborhood to pick up trash, they will not pick my trash up. And if my trash is not picked up, then I'm gonna be running in trouble with what? With Newcastle County, because where am I going to dispose of my trash? You see? So what the city government need to do is to ensure that the city ordinances are enforced and hold the people of Monrovia accountable. But again, the question that will come in, the biggest problem is enforcement. The city government is what? Unsupported. It's ill-equipped. We have city police, but I'm sure that I'm not even sure whether the city police is getting the kind of a support that it needs in enforcing the city ordinances of the city of Monrovia. The same thing in Painesville. Let these people work with their various city councils, put in place regulations that will make sure that our people will not just throw trash all over the place. Our people need to understand that they have the responsibility of ensuring that their environments are maintained and clean at all times, because there's a strong relationship between what your physical health and your home environment. Our people need to be told this.
And I agree with you, Moses, because that's why we're throwing light on these things. We
Yeah.
can't continue to live in this field and feel that we're healthy. You
No.
know, all other things being equal, we need a healthy and clean environment. And so you're right. The city governments around, Montserrat County, whether in
Yeah.
Kakata. So just imagine we're talking about Monrovia's environs. So
Yeah.
imagine what's happening in Kakata. Imagine
Okay.
what's happening in Buchanan. Imagine what's happening in Banga. Imagine what's happening in Ganta, in
Ain't
Harper
gonna.
Mirror,
Hmm.
in Grand Crew, all over this country. Imagine if we can't even address the situation in the capital city and its surroundings.
Hmm.
Imagine what's happening in those places where they're forgotten about.
But
Let's be practical here.
look, you struck a very salient point, right? I recently when President Weah visited the city of Tottenburg, uh, Mr. Shelton was embarrassed. I don't know if you saw that video, but Tottenburg City appears so dirty, trash all over the place. So I asked myself, did these people know that the president was to be in Tottenburg for a visit? I mean, the city was so dirty, volcano. I just couldn't believe that that the city leadership will allow the city to look like that while the president was expected in there. I just couldn't believe it. So this is a profound problem we're talking about here. It affects most of the cities in the country. So it's like
Thank
no
you,
one is
Moses. If you just joining us, this is Bridge Radio Africa,
Mhm.
Bridge TV Africa, Volcano Shelton, co-host of the Ashford Garley Live program here on the Facebook and YouTube channels. We're coming your way from Monrovia, Liberia, where we're broadcasting from. And today's topic is, makeshift garages and people taking their dirt. They make
Mhm.
the dirt and they throw on other people's properties. We're looking at a series of um, societal ills, the bads outweighing the good. Um, we talked about the pimping situation. We talked about the erection of makeshift, what you call entertainment centers, and that of drinking spots, which is a serious problem. And today we're talking about,
Yes.
garages popping up everywhere with old cars, just keeping the city look so old and dingy, and no one seems to care.
Yeah.
And, city governments don't give a crap about how filthy and dirt's made everywhere. So, Moses,
Yeah.
to say the truth, and before I come to you quickly, I just want to remind our listeners and viewers, the number to call is 404-272-08. And you should please fire WhatsApp. I want you to know what's coming. And also for those of you in Liberia, call 0778-170-905. We're looking forward to speaking with some of you here tonight. Those of you in the diaspora who buying land to build your homes. When you come back, you you will find landfills, or you have to uh,
Yeah.
totally clean garbage from your property before you can even erect a structure, and that even puts a lot of money on your pocket because
Yeah.
come to think about it, before you can even clear all of that dirt, it will cost you a lot of money. And I'm a living witness, and a lot of folks have complained about this, and that's why we thought that this is a very serious problem. not just around the city, but even in communities where people are supposed to be neighbors and living
Yeah.
together, but they don't care. They make their dike. They don't build the structure with a latrine. They just do whatever they want to do in a plastic bag and throw on the next man's property. And every day they just throw it in your foundation. If even your foundation was erected, they just destroy your stuff. And this is just common. You can go in many of the communities and just walk around. You see huge dump piles on people land, people properties where they bought, and with the hope that it'll come to
Yeah.
build a place. And so Moses, is a sad situation. Again, no one seems to care. No one, is addressing these things. And what better place to talk about it than the Ashford Garlic Show here on Bridge Radio, Bridge TV Africa. We want to say thank you also to Top FM in Zwedru, Grangeda County, Live FM, and that of Joy FM, for your continued support in carrying our platform on your radio stations. We say thank you so much for your generosity. We want to welcome Samuel Shapper, Thomas Adwaji, Jack Murch, Smith Dawia, and Deconti J, Gloria Ward, Katusha Renari, and Gladys Pupo. We also see here Kula Kemokai, Marie Kwade, V. Shelton Bridges, uh, Mapla Nikia, Nabai Masekwe, and Weirdo, and all you wonderful people, Agatha Allison. We say welcome Jay Washington Slonte and Marlon K. Johnson. I believe Marlon should be, rather Marion. So, yeah, it is Marlon. That's an L I'm looking at. Okay, Marlon K. Johnson. I think Moses Marlon should be one of the
Yeah,
guys
that's
from
our man from LBS.
yeah,
Marlon Johnson
yeah,
from
LBS,
LBS.
right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Marlon, welcome to the show. We also want to remember Prince O2 tonight. So yes, Moses, this is what we're talking about.
Yeah.
How do we find solution to this kind of issue? With let's begin first with the uh, makeshift garages all around the city. How do we clean these scrap metals from all over this place? Just so and hear what it is quickly before you're coming.
Yeah.
When they want to expand the roads,
Mm-hmm.
they got to clear all that stuff because those
Yeah.
guys to come right on the edge of the road, and they build all. If you go on the Somalia Drive, if you go this way, going Sincor, Congo Town, Painesville,
Mm-hmm.
Robertsfield Highway, Mount Barkley, everywhere you turn, all cars.
Our greatest problem in our country is the non-enforcement of the laws. Nobody enforces the laws of the country because in every society, if you allow the rule of law to take its course, you will see people doing the right thing. But unfortunately, in Liberia, it is the irony of the situation. Uh, the city ordinances in the city, are not being enforced. Traffic regulations are not being enforced. You go to the banks, you make deposit, you go to the bank to make withdrawal, and you go that someone, tells you, say you can get this, you can get that, so people make arbitrary decisions, that affect the lives of the citizens. So unless we can really begin to enforce the laws of the country, and sometimes it's very difficult to wrap my head around some of these crazy stuff. So then, are we beginning to see an ungovernable Liberia where no one is in charge? Because if you're going to have people coming, and just building wherever they want to build, vendors all over the place with no level of control, then all these people who are paid thousands of dollars monthly, what are they doing? You have Jefferson Koji and his people at the Monrovia City Corporation. Mr. Koji has a city what? City police force that's supposed to be helping the city government with enforcement of laws of the city. What are they doing and seeing people, throwing, buses all over the place, opening garages all over the place in the city? What is happening with the Liberia National Police? No one adheres to traffic regulations. People break the laws with impunity. What is happening? Who is in control? What is going on here? I
Yeah,
know,
it's like the
I
country
know,
running
I know.
itself.
Yeah, I know when we had a civil war, where we really never had a central authority because everybody was doing their own thing. That was a little bit understandable. But when you have a democratically elected government and it's like no one is in charge, then it puzzles me a lot as to what is really happening with the country for Canada.
Yeah, and you're right, Moses, because this is not this is what we're talking about here again is how do we fix this country? If the little things that we're supposed to do to enhance the livelihood of our people and to
Mhm,
hold them accountable as well, because what we're talking about here, this dirty thing, all of this stuff is being made by the very citizens. But
mhm,
government is also should be clothed with the authority to make sure they put measures in place as to how these things will be addressed. For
yeah,
instance, the garbage. So could they identify a landfill? You know, there are a lot of swampy areas here where we can use to be a landfill place. They work with the different city governments around Montserrat County. Uh, try to get some equipment and then put people to work. And
but
like we
you know
said,
what?
you and
Mhm,
I pay money for our
yeah,
garbages in the US.
mhm,
So people here should be able to pay for the garbage.
yeah,
Now, if we have what we consider the inspectors, the city inspectors, if they come and they notice that you're not paying and your house is disposing of your garbage,
they give
then we
you
want to know
tickets.
where you're disposing those garbage.
Yeah, they give
Okay?
you tickets.
Because
Yeah,
yeah, so we can fine you.
mhm,
We can fine you
yeah,
because I pay $450,
yeah,
$450 annually. I get
yeah.
that tax money come. I mean that tax bill come, and I
Uh-huh.
must pay it.
You
Whether
have
I
to.
put garbage or not, whether I make garbage, whether I stay out of the country for 6 months, and
Mhm.
whatever the case is, you know. So come in more.
Yeah, I mean, what you were saying, I agree with you 100%. You and I do the same thing here. Mine is quality. Is approximately $140 every 3 months. That's what I pay. For garbage collection. And in other cities, people pay even more than that. The city government of Monrovia can make a lot of money from. I know for the poor, the city government may not be able to collect money from them, but you have a lot of people who have businesses in that country. These people need to pay for what? Trash collection, and they have to. The city government must also ensure that people just can't put a structure wherever. No, there got to be some level of control here. Our problem is enforcement. Nobody enforces the law because the thing that happens is that when someone shows up to a garage, maybe to enforce the law, then someone makes a phone call to another person, and the person on the other side of the phone says, "Oh well, let me speak to the officer." Oh man, don't you know that's my brother's garage? Or don't you know that's my sister's shop? No, the laws will have to be the laws. People need to hold people accountable in our country, and we don't do that. So people do just whatever they run the place like one village. I don't know. There got
So
to be
yeah,
some regulations.
yeah. So like I'm saying, I mean, one of the things that can be done is what I'm saying. The city governments around Montserrat County need to come together,
Yes.
put resources in, in the budget, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
Because you want to tell me they don't have anything to address the garbage in the budget? So whose ministry will be responsible for that? Will it be the Ministry of Public Works?
No, I would believe that the city government, you know,
Okay,
has
but
budgetary.
still,
The city government
there's
has
some kind of
budgetary
ministry that should be
allocation.
involved, though, right?
Say
Some
that
kind
again.
of ministry should be involved with the city governments, though.
Yeah. I would surmise that the city government will have some relationship with the Ministry of Internal Affairs because Internal Affairs
And I
runs.
believe also Public Works.
Yeah, all these institutions work together. They
Yeah.
have inseparable relationship. Internal Affairs, Public Works, the police, because there got to be some level of coordination here, collaboration to make sure that the city is okay. Because the ordinances are laws that are what? Enforceable. They are not constitutional laws. These are local laws created by the city council to make sure that the city remains clean, to ensure that the health of the people is not in danger. So if anyone creates a problem that goes beyond the authority of the city government, then the city government can seek help through what? The National Police and the Ministry of Justice in dealing with the situation. Take for example, like in Painesville, the city government in Painesville, they also work with the national leaders in making sure that the city of Painesville is clean and maintained. So all they can do, like you and I mean, like you said earlier, this the city council of Painesville, the city council of the city of Monrovia, Brewerville, all these people can come together and formulate something. Now, hey, we need to take this. If the government lacks the means of what? Undertaking the task of trash collection with efficiency, then they can privatize it. Give this responsibility to private companies that have the means of doing it effectively. And these people can pay what? Taxes to government. You're creating jobs at the same time while you're generating income for the country.
Well, somebody said, Moses, people don't want to pay for nothing. The
Oh,
Liberian men don't want to pay for nothing.
someone
And
has
that's
to
true.
pay.
That's true. The Liberian man, right now, the LEC light, they say they're stealing it like hell.
Yeah,
They're stealing
because
the LEC light like hell.
everything
But how the hell
comes
LEC will buy the, what they call it, what is the name, the fuel to
the
run a
generator,
generator,
the
turbines,
transformer.
you know? So
Yeah,
they don't want to pay for nothing. They
Mr.
want to
Shelton.
live for free.
No, Mr.
And you
Shelton,
can't live for free.
we still
you
have
gotta
to,
you gotta work to pay for something.
Mr. Shelton. Look, the problem is our national leaders. Take for example, if somebody is caught stealing, if somebody engages in power theft and that person is arrested, you make sure you prosecute that man to the fullest or prosecute that woman to the fullest. Once you do that 2, 3 times, you would have set precedents. Look, unless the laws of the country are enforced, nobody will adhere to anything because the first thing is like you and I in our respective homes. If you have curfew for your kids and you say, look, everyone has to be home no later than 8:30 at night. One of your kids come home 9 o'clock. Daddy says nothing. The next time he goes, he's gonna come home 10 o'clock. Daddy says nothing. Then the next time, two of the kids will go and come at 11. When you want to say something, you say, "But Dad, the other time when Moses came home late, what did you say?" So you have to make the law to work for everybody. Hold people accountable. Find these people. Once you do that successfully, people will begin to comply. If we just want to say, "Oh well, nobody wants to pay. Oh, our people don't have money." But the man runs a nightclub now. How will he say he doesn't have a money? I mean, he doesn't have money. The man runs a garage or a sidewalk, what? Some kind of a makeshift garage, and the man generates income. This man cannot contribute to the upkeep of the city. He cannot pay tax. He cannot pay for trash collection. Of course not. Who are these
Yeah, but
people?
most of the people always say, let it, the people gotta live. The people gotta live. The people gotta live.
No,
This stuff bothers me so much. Yeah, the
no.
people gotta live, but when the people make that, they need to clean it.
They need
When
to
the
clean.
people are doing businesses, they need to pay something back
They need
to
to.
keep the economy thriving.
They
So I
need to.
will just sit down and say the people gotta live. The other thing here again, we'll go to another topic.
Yeah.
Again, we say the bads outweigh the good.
Hmm.
People are turning everywhere into a market ground.
Okay. Because we have no
Everywhere,
control. We have no control.
everywhere, every intersection,
Yeah. We
every
have.
intersection. You go to Vamoma House, you see the marketeers. They leave the market to come right to Vamoma House. You go to Cali Junction, they surround until. I mean, we even got highway. That's why I wonder. Even the 4-lane boulevard, the people didn't say the building.
Yeah.
So our streets will never be clean by the side.
No.
Everywhere now, people will just build makeshift crap and become their residents. They live there. They make the dirt all along the road. Everywhere is a market ground.
Hmm.
Every intersection you go to SKD Boulevard is crazy.
Because no one is
You
in
understand me?
control. Yeah. No one is
You
in
go to Dubo Road Johnson, it's crazy. All these beautiful places. So even when people come to the country, they don't even know where the hell they're at.
Yeah.
They got no clue because
No.
everywhere look the same. Everywhere look. I mean, ERW Junction by you can't even go to ERW Market around the hospital. You can barely see the hospital anymore.
Yeah. Hmm.
You go to Rehab Junction that was so residential. That one is it's already gone. It disappeared.
Wow.
Tingle Village, that other intersection disappeared.
Wow. All the places.
VOA Junction, oh, it
Mhm.
disappeared now.
You see? Because
Marshall
no-
Junction, I just called. It disappeared. Not
Mhm.
disappearing, disappeared.
Yeah.
You get to Marshall Junction, you don't even know where you're at.
Yeah.
And nobody cares. Nobody,
one-
the people, they're all in the road. The man stopped to take his passenger. He takes his time. He blocks the traffic. This is a major highway.
Yeah,
Moses,
you can-
this highway is running from the Roberts International Airport
Yeah.
to Monrovia. So
Mhm.
you get to Boys Town Junction and the whole road is blocked.
Yeah.
Where it's supposed to be a. So I'm asking, I'm thinking to myself, if President Weah makes this a 4-lane highway,
That's
go
gonna
down
be,
the road because
it's gonna-
you can just
it's
cross
gonna-
the road.
it is going to be very dangerous because if no one is there to regulate the flow of traffic, the movement of people, where everybody, is a law unto, his or herself, then we are headed for a bigger trouble. Our problem, like I
It's a
said
serious.
earlier, yeah. I mean,
Yes.
quickly, as I was saying, as I said earlier, our biggest problem in our country is that the non-adherence to the rule of law. Our those who are charged with the responsibility of ensuring that people adhere to the rule of law, they are not doing that. I don't know it is for political reason, but you can't govern. You can't allow people to become laws unto themselves. There got to be some form of control. No society thrives in the absence of
But
the
the
rule of
people,
law.
Moses, the people who supposed to be putting things in order and controlling and implementing are the people who are breaking the laws. If a government official comes and the traffic is stacked, he's not going to stay in the lane. He's going to come and bulldoze his way. He's going to put serene on. And as soon as he does that, what happens?
The other
The
people
taxi
follow.
drivers emulate him. The
No,
taxi drivers follow. The
Of
pimping guys follow. And then all of a sudden, it's chaos.
mhm.
So this is what happened in this country.
Yeah, so those
This is
who
what
supposed
happened.
to be
No one
leading,
is a respecter of the policies, procedures, and regulations and laws in Liberia, because the enforcers, the policy makers, don't give a crap.
They don't.
Nobody
You know,
cares.
they
And
are
this
the
stuff is
losers.
getting bad. This country is degenerating by the day. And people find this to be pleasurable. This is a good, oh no, Liberia sweet. Liberia sweet.
I mean, you can do anything and get away with it. Right, Makeda? That's what I say, my man. You can, my man, we're doing the Liberian way. No, there's nothing called Liberian way. It has to be done the legal way.
Oh no, but don't come here with that America thing. Oh. That America thing, you don't bring it here. Oh. We the one holding the ground, so you left us here, you went, and you won't come back and tell how we live. We live the way we want to live. Oh. To our country, yo. You
Yeah,
don't come here with that America thing.
yeah,
Hey, my people. We're only asking you to do what is right, oh.
do the right thing, you know. So,
That's all we're asking you.
Makeda, what
My
you
man.
say?
What's this?
Yeah,
It's a serious
you know,
situation. I'm telling you.
you know
Go
when
down
you're,
Waterside.
yeah,
Waterside? Go down Randall Street. Go down King Sour Postal Street.
no one is in control. You know, I mean, come on now. The purpose of a city ordinance is to ensure the rule of law. That hey, my man, you can't play music 1 o'clock in the morning when other people are sleeping.
Oh
When
no,
you
no,
do
no, no.
that,
The blasting. The blasting. 1 o'clock in the morning, the
yeah,
party just started. The
yeah. So
club
in your,
just booming.
yeah, but man, you cannot come in a residential area and put up a church and you want to have tarry all night. When you do that, you'll be violating what the city code. We're not going to allow you build a church here. When you put these laws in place and enforce them to the letter, if any public official breaks any of these laws and the government takes tougher action against that public official, trust me, Mr. Shelton, Liberia will be a very good society. Our problem is the non-adherence to the rule of law. Take for example, like you said, you may work for an institution and they say, well, everybody has to be to work 8 o'clock in the morning. And the man who is the director, he comes 10 o'clock. And when people say, oh, but don't you know that I'm the director? No, but the law doesn't say that. The law says that everybody work time here is 8 o'clock in the morning. And so if you are the top of the institution, then you have to lead by what? Example, right? You have to lead by example. So if we are expected to be there at 8 in the morning, you should also be there at 8 in the morning or even earlier than that because you want to make sure that we that are coming later than 8 o'clock, you will hold us accountable. So that's our problem. Uh, you get to a traffic light. Someone was telling me that the guys run the traffic light with impunity. Can you imagine how
Wait,
risky that is?
Moses, Moses,
Yes.
there's no traffic light right now in Liberia. There were few here when Ellen came trying to, revitalize
Yeah.
traffic light usage, and in fact, it didn't work. So all of the traffic lights are dead. I don't even see them. The ones that they had at Oro Junction, I don't see it. Catholic Junction, I don't see it.
Mhm.
Famuma House, I don't see any traffic light right now. So the
So
only
the-
thing that President Weah has done was to put the street lights up. So people just drive. Listen, to drive in Liberia, you
Mhm.
gotta be, you gotta. I don't know. Your attention span has to be top notch
You cannot be
because you're driving
distracted.
for every situation.
You
You're
cannot be
driving for the
distracted.
pimping man cutting you off on your left with your signal on, your turn signal say you turning left. He comes cut you off and
Wow.
curses you up for trying to turn. The other guy is on your right,
Mm.
pedestrian crossing through. Some of them guy big pain on their head, almost stumbling their foot. You got to pay it. Another car just merging. They can't get to. They don't even look. They just had to jump from the road to put passenger on. They jump right back on. They don't care who's coming. But man, listen, this country, I'm telling you, as beautiful as Liberia is,
Yeah.
as wonderful as this place can be, it is degenerating by the day.
So let me ask you a
And that
question.
is why
Mhm.
we have to talk about these things. so that people can go back to the drawing board.
Yeah.
Liberians need fire sometimes for
Yeah.
them to change.
Mhm.
You can't continue to make everywhere congested.
No.
You can't
I
sell
mean,
everywhere.
no.
They
I
build
mean,
market buildings. People don't want to go in the market buildings.
yeah.
They
I
want to
mean,
bring the. Listen, if you give the Liberian man chance, he will go to Jamaica Resort and sell right in front of Opon Gate.
no, you
You get a
can't.
Liberian man chance, he will carry the market right to Opon office, right there, the foreign ministry.
You
If you
can't.
get a chance, they'll go to Temple of Justice and the Capitol
In
building
the
and
Capitol
sell right
building
there.
to sell palm oil. You know, you can't.
You understand me?
That,
They
look.
will come on the University of Liberia campus to sell.
Yeah.
They will come with fish.
Mm-hmm. Carry
So
charcoal.
what type of people are these?
When people, you know. I mean, why are the people so lawless? It said that our political leaders are looking the other way. Why are the laws of Liberia not being enforced? That's the question that our political leaders need to answer.
Because everybody just keeping the thing, let leave the people alone. The people got to survive.
No,
But
man.
yes, you want the people to survive, but you're not putting in place the amenities to create the enabling environment for the people. You're
Right.
fighting for big salaries in the house.
Mhm.
You're making crappy laws that you can't even enforce,
You can.
and the people are in degradation. And so, yes, as a result, the people become lawless. The people become non-compliant
Yeah.
to anything. And so, yeah, you're right. So it begins with that house. I said the problem of Liberia, one of the major problems of Liberia is the house.
Yeah, the
The
legislature.
house is not robust.
Mhm.
The house is not doing its job.
The
A
executive.
few people that mean good, but a majority of the people, they don't care. They just don't care.
Mhm.
Those with oversight responsibilities for
Yeah.
the different institutions in government, in the
Mhm.
executive branch, they don't care.
Oh yeah, you know,
They
in
just
fact,
don't care.
you just took it out of my mouth. I was just about to say that that also includes the executive. Because if the executive was actually enforcing the laws of the country, they're not cherry picking. Oh well, Moses Seni is my friend, so I will look the other way and go after Buchanan Shelton. If the executive is actually enforcing the laws of the country as it should, some of these things will be minimized. So can you imagine, Mr. Shelton? So you go into Liberia, you take a friend here to accompany you, and you say, and the person wants to have the driving experience of Monrovia. You give this person your vehicle. The person is so trained to observing, traffic rules and regulations. This man, people will end up running into him because you will get to a stop sign thinking that he has to stop, and others will just kind of run into him because what? They don't stop. They just keep moving. You get to an intersection, no one stops. Can you imagine how risky that is? At an intersection where people just running through. If you don't take time, you either kill somebody or somebody end up killing you. So someone has to be in control. Our political leaders really need to be held accountable. They need to be held accountable. They just know about politics. Oh well, 2023 is coming, so we have to look the other way because we don't want to upset their electorates. No, all you need to do the right thing. When you do the right thing, if the people vote for you, they will vote for you. You don't have to break the laws because you want to satisfy electorates or you want people to vote for you. No, you just do the right thing. It's like you're in school. If you are working hard, you're making your grades. You don't worry whether the school year is coming to an end or not because you have already done your homework. You don't call
Hmm.
teachers. You know, students who are in a habit of calling the professors to know, oh well, what is the status of my grades? Those are students that are what struggling. Those who are actually doing good, they won't place no phone call because they know they have already done their homework. So it's the same thing with the presidency or the political leadership. You just do the right thing, enforce the laws, provide goods and services, ensure that the people are well. protect it at all time. Create job opportunities for the people. When you do these things, you need not worry about elections. Personally, that's how I think. I don't know. What do you think, Vicano?
Yeah, Moses, listen, we've covered extensively on this issue. I'm sorry you had to have some
Yeah, it
technical
was a
issues
glitch.
going through
It
your
was a
studios.
technical glitch from my end.
Yeah, up both sides, man. Again, power.
Yeah,
It's a big thing in Liberia. It
mm,
doesn't stay stable, but
yeah.
again, we've reached the finish line. I'll
Okay.
let you throw in your final comment so we can wrap this up. We'll be hopefully coming back again. As I said, this is a
Mhm.
series. We're covering this series regarding the bats all weighing the goat in Liberia. But at some point, we'll talk about some of the goats. We just want to talk about
Yeah.
most of the bats right now,
Hmm.
with the hope that we can have some kind of attention drawn to those things, and hopefully, we can get some of them uh, repaired.
Yeah, I would like
So
to
yes,
wrap up.
your closing
Mhm.
remark.
I would like to close by calling on the MCC, the Monrovia City Corporation, to step up to the place. Uh, Mayor Koji, this is nothing about politics. It's about the well-being of the people. Get in touch with members of your city council. If you don't have the means, if you don't have the resources, then you need to begin to reach out. If you guys going to privatize trash collection or garbage collection in the city of Monrovia, then you need to begin to look in that direction. You need to begin to hold vendors accountable. People can't be all over the streets of Monrovia selling. They are designated areas. And ensure that your city police officers enforce that to the letter. It's important. Uh, Finally, I would also like to appeal to all of the city mayors and the various city councils to do similar. Ensure that people are compliant with the ordinances. So on that note, I want to say thank you for the opportunity and I look forward to coming back on Friday. Thank you.
Thank you, Moses. Thank you for your continued support of Bridge Radio, Bridge TV Africa.
Yeah.
We always elated to have you in studios with us. Your wealth of knowledge,
Yeah.
experience, and contribution means a lot to this broadcast. Again,
Thank
we
you.
want to thank you for revealing yourself last minute of time, even though we had some technical
We are
issues, but
speaking
at
English. Yeah.
least you still were able to come on and contribute. So thank you so much for being there with us. I'll take leave of you now, and just end this broadcast. Again, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank all of you wonderful people for coming on. I've seen some of your comments. Yes, this is a serious matter. Our country seems to be in autopilot, or is it running itself? Not to say that there isn't leadership in office. Yes, we have a president, we have a house, we have a judiciary. So these three branches of government should work concertedly to be able to shape our country. But it seems as though everything is now falling apart. What we're talking about here is not to say that the government is not doing what it has to do, but they could do more. And it's not the president we're speaking about. We're speaking about his lieutenants, the people he has in public space, those public offices who are responsible for regulations and implementation of the law, just to make sure that our country maintain its sanity. This is not happening. We've talked about some of the things over the last few days. We'll continue to talk about them. We're going to look again and find something that is significant. Again, we're looking at marketers everywhere. That would be the next topic of discussion. People can just sell everywhere. People can just be everywhere. You between the cars at the intersection. You bring your wheelbarrow. You bring it as close into the traffic. Then you got the motorbike guys that line up sometimes 10, 20, 40 motorbikes. And so no turning lane. If the cars want to turn, they can't even turn. People are driving on what they call it, eggshell, because you're so afraid. Because if you hit somebody, not as your fault, it's just their own negligence, but everything is blamed on you. And it shouldn't even be a pimping boy. Oh, God forbid. Uh, they're coming on you. They will break up your car. If the police are not around to rescue you, you could be killed. So this is not a lawless society. We can't continue to have people not following the law. So we're asking our government officials, those in authority, to begin to think outside of the box and find solutions. You're paid. You're paid to provide a service. You're paid to strategize. You're paid to work together to implement, the things that will make our country enhanceable, make our people, be responsible and be law abiding. But we can just keep everybody, in a place where they just do as they please. So again, we want to thank all of you, our viewers and listeners, for coming in. Martin Bella, Barola Moore, you came here a little late, but it's good to have you on board. Again, as I said, we'll be broadcasting at 6 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time and 10 p.m. here in Monrovia, Liberia in the interim. Ashford should be joining us soon. I know a lot of you have been asking for a little bit now. But listen, when Ashford come back, the giant who doesn't eat iron but stronger than a lion, oh man, it's gonna be crazy. The house gonna come down. So this, just look at the background, look at the backdrop behind me. See that? Ashford got it live. So he's coming. This is just a signal to let you know the boy is coming, the giant is coming. So we want to thank all of you for coming on board tonight. Thomas Awaji, always good to have you with us in studios. Lady Brooke Roberts, Mrs. Brooks Roberts, I believe, Nabai Masakwe, John Wade, Alfred Kotu, V. Shelton Bridges, Tipla Popo Pupo, Gladys Pupo, Asanta Nimle Phillips, and Smith Dawia, and Jack March, Emmanuel Jackson, Decanty, Damira J, Gloria Ward, all you wonderful people, thank you so much for coming on. Share the video, share the link. We want more following. Again, thanks so much for being there with us. And we want to leave you on this note. Top FM, Inzweju, Joy FM, Life FM. Thank you guys also. This is Volcano Shelton wrapping up here for you on the Ashford Garden Live Show. Today, Monday, I believe March 29th, if I have it right. 27th, Saturday, 28th. Yes, March 29th. For being there with us. Good night and have a great, great, great rest of your day.